Bonjour, hello, welcome to MaxMountainWorld. Bonjour, hello, today I'm going to be showing exactly how to winterize a car. What did I do to winterize the Saxo? Here's the video. Bonjour, hello, today I'm going to prepare the Saxo for winter. Quite a lot to do, and yes, I'm OCD, but being OCD for things like this, matters of this, aren't just things of comfort, the thing is safety, and this is what I'm going to do. Get this guy ready. Voila, winterized deck. So externally, Eck has new wiper blades, front and rear. Eck has new tyres all round. Now I'll come back to that, there's a bit of a story. Now, let's just have a look under the bonnet and we'll see what I've been up to under there. And this is going to be a two-handed operation. I seem to be just inadvertently timing this with the sunset behind the mountain there. So should still get plenty of light for this and not so many shadows. Good call. I've been round under the bonnet here, the fuses, I've checked fuses, checked ham radio wiring and all sorts, and also the fluids is the most important obviously. The brake fluid, the power steering fluid, the cooling fluid and the squishy fluid. Now I broke the plastic cap in there a while back and I've replaced it with one of these squeezy handy things, but you have to watch not to seal it because the pump will be sucking out, it needs to replace its air. So I've got an old plastic spoon from McDonald's just stuck in there and that allows air to seep in the side of it. Now everything else under here looks fine for a 18-year-old car. It's not too bad, Nick. Everything is in order. Also this time I ran the squishy fluid empty because I had summer stuff in, and I've now replaced it full with the stuff that can tolerate down to minus 30 degrees. That stuff you put in absolutely pure, no watered down or anything. It gives a nice odour every time you use them when you're in the car. First thing to do is I convert it into a two-seater. Don't need any seats in the back, come back to that in a minute too. So I've got the parcel shelf mounted up in here, system of bungees running through that I still get my sound system. I do like my music and it's a place to keep the umbrella handy, whatever. But it's well secured, it doesn't move. So have a wee look in the back. Emptied out completely, and I've put this old cover down just in case. Couple of old, well not old, they're new but I don't use them. The floor mats for the back seats, they're handy to put down so you can kneel on them, you don't get soaked. Spare gilet jaune, yellow vest, and the system behind it where it's keeping the panel in place, and you can see it's pretty damn solid. You can never have too many rags and sheets and covers in a van or a car or whatever anyway. But here's what I've got going, another one of these covers. I have a hat. This guy is way too hot to ski in, but if you're getting out and you're doing stuff, bung it on, keeps the old head warm. The napper. So got a large, well I think it's a golf jacket or something, but it's a really warm one, really good one, really big one, loads of pockets, really useful thing to have. If you need to get out in bad weather, you got it. You can see the shovel behind. I cut down the handle so that you can fit it in dead easy. In the back here, chains, spare cooling fluid for the car, spare water, bit of drinking water behind, pair of old sort of flimsy but okay for the purpose ski gloves, head torch, rags, odd tools, one of these pump up torchy things. I've got a couple of coat hangers. If you get out and get soaked, you can hang your gear off and warm it up, dry it up. Now I have two more gilet jaune in there. I've got a little brush there just for brushing off snow or whatever, and that's basically the kit that's in the back. Off cam, just shoved all this back together. Good having all these covers and rags and sheets and things in there. Keeps everything in place, stops it rattling. You know, if you're getting into a broadside and it suddenly grips, it can throw, and there's nothing worse than hearing a crashing noise behind when that happens. So let's go look in the front. So at the moment I've got a tripod set up for any camera work I'm doing on the move. I did a video this morning on that. That's the tripod that I'm carrying about today. We've got the old radio, and what I've done here is I've actually turned off the passenger side airbag, because if I hit a banking or something, the last thing I want is the old camera here going shooting out the back. So in the front at this side, that's basically it. It's all mounted in with quite an easy system of bungees, and pretty solid too. So around the driver's side, in here, nothing really except another gilet jaune. You can see there's another one over there, and notebooks, pens for the radio, but also handy to have if you have any incidents at the side of the road. Under the seat, the old Spider spanner, much better than the stock one that comes with the car. Spare sunglasses, you never know, you always need sunglasses in the winter. When you're driving on snow, you get the effect that the Swiss call the effect of two suns, because you get the reflection coming off the snow as well. Now, behind the driver, let's bring the seat forward. Bottle jack covered up again, another sheet, spare bag, rubbish, and a spare cover just in case you get stuck and you get cold. You can warm yourself up with that. Nothing else really prepared. The car's had a full service. I've got the 12 o'clock stripe on there, which is a very handy thing for if you get sliding or whatever. You can feel, you can see, you can sense at the side of your eye where top dead centre is in the steering. So, and that's basically the car. There's nothing else been prepared here. Spare bulbs, a Thilo test according to a mythical law here in France, and spare bulbs and things are all there. Spare maps behind the seat here. Let's have a wee look. Spare water again, another triangle. I've got two of them. I've got the other one in the box in the back that we were visiting, and under here a first aid kit. So I'll just get my bag back in, keys sorted out. To have the underground parking, one thing as well is just a little top tip, is if you're parking the car outside in cold or bad weather or whatever, leave it like that. Two reasons. One, if they get frozen to the screen when you pull them off or move them, they can damage the motor or they can damage the actual blades themselves. The other thing as well is that I've found in the past, if I've ever been parked outside and it's snowed, sometimes if it snows like 2-3 feet, the only thing you can see is the wipers sort of sticking out. So don't forget the back one too. And that's it, car is fully ready to rock and roll. A couple of other things that I do for winter preparation for the car, and one is I put the driver's seat a couple of notches further forward. A couple of reasons for that. One, just it coordinates with all this preparation stuff in the back, but also I much prefer like you can see a kind of angled arm position. In the summer I like to be a bit more straight armed, but in the winter you kind of have a better control of it, especially if you have to start whirling the wheel about because you're on the slippy stuff, which is also why I've got the 12 o'clock stripe permanently here. This is left over from last winter. So a final preparation that I do for winter is I consciously adapt my driving style. I change it. Apart from the driving position, as I've explained, I absolutely consciously drive more slowly. First thing, just to avoid getting caught out by black ice or whatever, but more to the point, to avoid stuff that other people get caught out with. If you want to see an example of that, have a look at the end screen. I'll put up a video of the end screen of something that happened last winter. More to the point, something that nearly happened, and it was down to a combination of all the driving style stuff, the 12 o'clock stripe, my own driving skills. I've got a lot of driving skills that I've developed. I've done motor racing, rallying, stock cars. I was even a driving instructor at one point, and I used to instruct the British Army how to drive Land Rovers off-road and stuff when I was younger. So yeah, a big experience in that, which counts, but that's where the experience comes in. Use it and prepare, and that way I'm prepared. I don't have much that catches me out, and I can keep my clean driving record, touch wood. So there we have it. That's the winterization of the Saxo. Okay, thanks for watching the video, and don't forget to subscribe. It's down there, and then you've got the bell, the alert bell, which is going to notify you of future uploads that I do on Max Mountain World. So please remember, like, even dislike, whatever you want to do, share it with everyone, and that way I get better feedback, you get a better experience. Ciao.